What up, y'all? It's another week.
Hey,
We here. We've been locked down a little bit, but it's all good. Certain states. Let's start with the ladies. We got the first lady, Emmy. Say what's up.
hey.
We we have Thea. Say hello. We have Tiffany. Say hello or Tiff. We're
Hey,
not saying full names. We got Cypher.
Yo, yo,
We got Godzilla. What's the name, right? Godzilla. Or
Godzilla, Godzilla
It's
King.
all
Come on,
all
man.
is dog.
King.
That's what it is.
we got
Godzilla King, man. Stop it.
midnight hour, the
What up? What
promiscuous,
up?
and Killmonger.
you
Anyway,
funny.
What's with the promiscuous?
I just
yo,
He's an asshole. Don't mind him, please.
yo,
Don't listen to
bro,
that.
you just
We gotta.
you
we
gonna
gotta
say
stop.
you
Good.
say everybody full name but call him something else.
Right. The promiscuous one.
TLC.
That's it, bro. You single, bro. You having fun, but you just.
I believe you. I believe you. You don't have to.
Anywho, let's get into the topic. First one: does lack of attention make you fall out of love with someone?
Mm,
We gonna start with
mm.
ladies because I
Let the
feel like
ladies go.
let the ladies live on this one. What's
Do
up?
your thing.
Let's start with Natia.
I was about to sing it. Absolutely.
I
God.
fall out of love with someone.
Yeah, it can, especially like I know a lot of times, people, jobs and finances usually make that become a lack of attention. Like if you work a lot, or
Mhm.
if like a lot of times the arguments are based a lot, not even a lot of times, but sometimes arguments are based off of like financial losses or not having enough money. Like a lot of times that becomes the basis of like relationships going sour. So I would say yes. Yes and no. I mean, a lot of times you got to just deal with a partner that's understanding of what you may or may not have going on. It could be anything from grief to, like I said, working too much. Like sometimes people are not in their they're not themselves when they're going through certain things, and you just have to have a partner that you're able to communicate with that's patient enough to see you through that. If they see, they know that that's not you, they'll see through all of that. So.
Tiffany,
Oh, you was waiting on me. Okay.
I'm just putting
Um
people out.
I think it's a combination of both. I think that I mean I tell women all the time that if you are looking for someone to you have to love yourself first before someone can love you the way you want to be loved. So if that attention requires that person to give you their 24 undivided attention and that is what reciprocates to being loved to you, then that's a problem. I think that people have to have their own individuality. So like you can't you can't depend on somebody to give you the attention, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like you guys have to come to a compromise in situations.
Hmm.
But you can't lack of attention and neglect of attention to me is two different things. Like if you're absolutely not paying the person any mind that you're with, then that's a problem and that's neglect. But if they're just like if they're working, a wise woman, an older wise woman once told me that you don't argue with a man who is making money and working making money because he's providing food on your table, right? So
Mm.
for me, my that's not, for me, I'm not if you're not giving me I like my space. I'm an Aquarius. I like my space. So
Mm.
I can't be jammed up. I can't feel jammed up or like I can't do things. So I'm always doing things and my significant other is always doing things. So I'm going to say yes and no. So it's two-sided for me.
Um, I'm gonna jump in. Yes and no, but it really depends on the person and how they were raised and what kind of household they grew up in. I had an ex that used to call me at work and tell me how lonely she was. Um, And I used to say, yo, why she keep doing that? Like this shit is like I'm working, I'm trying to, put food on the table and things of that nature. Then I realized when she moved in with me, that was the first time she's ever been like alone. Like she's always had a house full of people, aunts, uncles, family, sister, brother, cousins. So when we moved in together and I would go to work, that would be the first time she would be alone. I mean, it's no excuse, but we just couldn't work. It was just so like I said, it depends on the person. And also like I've been thinking about this lately myself, me being doing nightlife for all these years. Um, I'm always working on every holiday, like a Halloween, a New Year's, or this or that. So, like recently, I think it was Halloween that just passed. I had to tell myself, like, you've never spent New Year's with your wife. Like, you gotta, like, this year, you just gotta say, fuck it. Like, I'm not working. I don't care if it's double pay. I don't care if I make $2,000 that night. It ain't worth it. Like, you just gotta start, like, really tapping into some of the things that you just take for granted and just glaze over because you really can't. Because you're thinking, I'm making the money, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and it's all well and good, but you gotta realize, especially when you're dealing with a woman, when everybody else is doing something and they not, it ain't a good look. Ramel?
For me, I feel it's like also like if the beginning relationship, if you always have time for her, that person at the beginning relationship, and then all of a sudden you like you're doing other things like I guess working more, hanging out with your boys, and showing lack of attention for the female, of course is gonna there's gonna be a lot of fallout on that. That's how I feel.
What is the male perspective? Because we're speaking about the woman. What about you guys? When it comes to
I don't know.
attention, is something that is it prevalent for you guys? Is it strong in the same way?
I can't speak for everybody, but most men, well, some men, we not really we like our face. We like to work and then come home from work and just relax and chill, and we don't require a lot of attention. Like
Well, if
men
your
are,
girl was going out every from Friday, some people like to go out from Friday to Sunday. Would that be an issue? Is that another question? Is one and the same, right?
I mean, no, it
I mean,
depends.
I feel like if for most men, if you're paying attention to it, like if he comes home and he's not like, say he's not like a complainer or somebody who always talks. So like when he talks, if you're paying attention to him and you're listening to him, it's not going to be a problem. But when he's speaking on how he feels about something or maybe a new idea he has and he feels like you're not interested in what he's saying or you're not paying attention, you know what I'm saying? Or if he brings something up to you and then later on it comes back up and then you just somehow wasn't paying attention and you come off like you're clueless of what he's talking about, then that shit could become a problem because he'll feel like he's not being heard. You know what I think? I think our problem is not necessarily the attention to a certain extent, it's just not being heard. So when he's speaking about something that he's really passionate about, or something that he has on his mind and you're not paying attention, then you're gonna have a problem for him. You know what I'm saying? But like Pat said, for the most part, if he's a worker, he comes home, he's chilling. As long as he's eating, you know what I'm saying? Good. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so you guys measure. So you all agree that you measure attention differently.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
That's
We all
guys
get
are
some.
more.
Mostly men, yeah.
Some of us, some dudes need
Yeah.
a mother. Some dudes need a mother. Don't get it twisted. Some niggas need a mother. Some niggas need somebody to act. Don't get it twisted. Like there's a lot of dudes out here that needs a woman up their ass, else they cannot function. You know.
But listen, I know somebody that has to bring her man everywhere she goes.
That's
Exactly.
a problem.
That's
Mm.
that's
That's
insecure.
a little much.
That's not. That's
That's
insecurity.
because
That's a
because he's
problem.
insecure.
Is it on
They're
him or is it on her?
I
It
was
doesn't matter.
think
That's
they're
a
both
problem.
Hold
I
on,
think-
hold on. Real quick. Hey, Taj, welcome. Just want to welcome you.
Well,
What up?
Hey, what's
Um,
going on?
so we
Taj.
talking about
That's my friend. That's my friend.
fantastic. So we talking about, does lack of attention ruin the relationship? Or yeah, that's what the question, right?
Yeah.
Want to lie.
I know Midnight was saying something, but I
So-
didn't hear.
Word.
So Emmy, what back to piggyback off what you said, does he require her to bring him everywhere or does she require him to go everywhere? Which one is it?
I think they're both codependent. I think they're both codependent.
I mean, then
Because you know,
work.
Is that a new word for insecure? Codependent, I mean.
what?
Toxic.
It's
They sound
I
insecure.
don't even know how to answer that. But I don't really know exactly, Saif, because I don't know. But I feel like if no one is really speaking up or saying, you know what, I'm not gonna go with you to this. What, you know, because if you're hanging out with girlfriends and here it's just weird. It's a weird vibe, and it's definitely insecurity.
Maybe they work like that. Maybe they
couldn't tell you.
people that they just be up their mate's ass 24/7.
Maybe they enjoy each other's company. I don't know, but it's just really odd.
Maybe there's a few things. Maybe they
No, I'm not
enjoy
in
the
that
company. Maybe she be running the streets with her homegirls. Maybe he thinks she's running the streets and it's all in his mind. It could be so many things.
Or maybe they don't really spend time together regularly. And when you ask, that's the time for them to
Could
get
be
to
it
spend
too,
together. So
right.
they're trying to put the two together.
Like
That
that.
could be.
Not that one.
That could be it too.
You don't think so? I mean, that's why I said, is that, you know,
But
Yeah,
you
the
don't know. We
biggest
would
thing
have
is
to
gotta
be in.
spend
We would
time
have to be in.
with them,
I don't know.
you just gotta find time to spend with your mate, like, and you have to appreciate the time that people, make, especially if they busy, they make for you. So you just gotta, if you're into that person, you're gonna spend time.
people make time for what they want.
Yeah, you're gonna
Bye,
spend
Sunday.
time. So if they're not spending time with you, then 9 times out of 10 is something else that's on their mind. Even if they're working, like you're gonna find, like a dude is gonna find time to spend with his girl at some point.
If he like her.
Or do some type of gesture to let her know that, listen, I'm working, I'm sorry, but you're still on my mind. He's gonna do something. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because the bottom line is that lack of attention does start to, deteriorate a situation. I believe it does. And from
People start looking for greener grass.
it just does. Plus, it just leaves room for other things. You leave
Like
things
what? What do
up in
it?
the air,
Like what?
keep them up in the air. Huh?
cheating,
He asking a question, Emmy.
I didn't hear you.
cheating.
It doesn't necessarily have to be cheating. You start to kind of, in order to build a bond, you have to spend some quality time together. And if you don't have that, it doesn't have to it just causes friction and separation. Like you have to have this, I don't even know how to explain it, but it just starts to, because it doesn't necessarily have to be cheating. That's
So-
another big misconception, that if someone leaves somebody, they're leaving them to go with somebody else. Or they're looking outside. I'm not
I'm not saying it's always cheating.
saying
I'm just
that
saying
doesn't
when,
happen.
if you're not getting the attention you used to get, you're gonna get it from somebody else. And sometimes it could be that
Period.
work husband, that work wife.
Period.
Just
That
feel
work
that
wife,
vibe,
that
feel that
work husband.
connection. That's how
You
that
guys
shit
is
goes.
work
That's how that shit
and
What
starts.
work wife.
is your work husband and work wife?
That's how that shit starts.
I'm
No,
just
this
saying
is
it's
my house.
true.
Don't come in my house talk about my work wife made this. What? We
That's how
throw
that
Yeah,
this
shit
garbage.
she bought
On
me
the
this
Red
chain.
Lobster.
She bought me this watch.
Abu.
My work wife. Ain't
Dinner.
nothing. It's just only work.
Regardless of
No.
anything, I'm gonna keep
Just
it a buck
work.
with you. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you.
We
If
just
you
go to
go
lunch
home,
together and that's it. Ain't nothing that serious.
yo, but if you go home, I
There
don't
you
care
go.
who it
You know
is.
what it is.
There is no work husband and work wife. What's that?
Yeah, if you go home
That's a
saying
real
that,
thing,
if
Tiff.
you go home saying that
Nah,
shit,
I don't believe
that's
in
a
that.
wrap.
No, that's a real thing. It's not.
It's a
It
real
is a real
thing.
thing.
That's
It's
a
a real
rap. I
thing.
mean, I don't think it's real, but nigga, like,
It's
if
a
somebody,
real thing.
Yeah.
However, when you get into a marriage or a relationship, that's how you do your. But when you have to require things, and that's one of my requirements. You cannot, absolutely not, tell me you have a work wife.
and you don't,
Keep that shit to
you have
yourself.
to, I feel like somebody,
It's a
listen,
no
if
no.
somebody say that, they're obnoxious. I'm just keeping it a buck. That's just somebody being obnoxious. If you tell your woman some shit like that, yo, you deserve to get drop kicked. Like
Thank
that's
you.
vice versa. Like let my woman tell me how my work cause I'm drop kicking the shit out of her.
Yo, it's more likely. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you.
We
It's
don't
more
condone
likely.
abuse on this podcast.
Like
It's more likely.
we're not
I think
disrespecting.
a fleet
We're not
gonna sound like a
disrespecting.
Pokemon.
To me,
We're not
Disclaimer:
disrespecting.
we do not condone domestic violence. Everybody's
It's a
everybody's
figure
opinion.
of
That's a
speech.
figure of speech.
yes,
It's
Oh,
a figure
bro.
of speech.
Yeah,
Stop
nice
it.
clean up.
Stop it. We
women
come
always
on.
come home and talk about the nigga at her job. They always come home and got a story about the nigga at her
Don't
job.
want, yo, listen, number one, you're not coming home
All
talking about
the
no
time.
nigga at their job. We
Yo, you know
dubbing
what
that
Tristan did
ASAP.
today?
The nigga at her job. Oh, they
Hold
Yo,
on, y'all.
Tristan's so funny.
Let's hear from
He
Todd.
Talk about getting no goddamn Tristan.
always got a story about the nigga at her job.
Hold up. Let's hear from Todd. Todd, you want to chime in?
I can't.
I'm having some difficulties. I will shortly.
Okay, we'll get back to you.
Lisa, I got a question for you.
But yeah, from the chat, from the live, Emmy Love says, very much so, it can deteriorate the relationship. And if he really likes her, he would make time.
Yes, girl.
That's vice versa though too.
Also, one thing that a lot of people do in the beginning, they go too hard trying to impress their mate, and then when they become their real self, it seems like you changing when in actuality you being you. So
Yeah, because you need
That's
the representative.
Yeah,
The representative shows.
I just
I'm
feel like
gonna
from the beginning, I feel like from the beginning you should explain yourself, explain your what type of space you need, what type of time you need, and vice versa. Like you should find out what that person needs, what they like, what they dislike. That's all at the beginning. So both parties should know what's going on.
I'm gonna put something out there for the ladies, right? If you got a man that's working and you know he's working and you feel like he's not spending time with you, you could actually put a date together yourself too. It don't necessarily have to be the guy that comes off all the time or he has to be the one to you can also say, babe, I got this day planned, yada yada yada. I need you to take this day off from work and we're gonna do something together. Like it doesn't always have to be him to plan something to go out. Like women can plan dates too.
Listen, I'm so impulsive. I'll be at your job Friday.
Damn.
Uniform and all. Let's go.
You can show up at my job with flowers.
I'm getting my date.
No flowers. No flowers.
Kid, we going out to the movies, babe. I got the tickets already. All right, let's
Yeah,
go.
out
Straight
here.
up.
We
can do
going.
that. Definitely.
and it is true. Planning is a lot oftentimes one-sided.
Oh man. Oh
Men
man.
plan things.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm a bad
What?
planner.
What'd you say, Emmy?
Men plan dates. I'm sorry. It's been a long time for me.
Me too, sis.
I
I'm
mean,
usually the one planning everything.
nah,
It ain't necessarily planning, but a lot of women will sit back and wait for the man to put it on the table. Like, yo, you want to go out? You want to do this? You want to do that? Instead of them being the one to come across and say, yo, listen, I got this plan, or let's do this. So we need a date night or something. Like a lot of women will sit there and fester. They will feel some type of way in their heart because their man is working so hard and won't say nothing and will sit there and that shit will eat them up instead of coming to him and being like, yo, babe, we need a date night. We need to go out. You know what I'm saying? I want to.
We already talked about this, Cypher. If they feel like if they plan, they gotta pay. So there ain't no planning.
Oh, where's my hat?
No.
That is not true.
That's only listen. If you're in a
You said,
relationship,
"Where's
you should
my
not be worried
hat?"
about funny.
I mean, if you're in a relationship, you could. What's wrong with paying?
But that's why the planning don't become not like that. If you're like they plan, they gotta pay. So I ain't paying for nothing, so I ain't planning nothing. That's
Feel
what.
about that,
That's
ladies.
crazy. That's crazy.
That is not true. That's, I
Listen.
mean, well,
Oh, yeah. I'm
I
sorry.
mean, for me, it's
Take
not.
that
That's not
back.
my story. I'm not. That's just not me. It's not. It's not.
No, I'm not saying
Go ahead
you.
and let my
You
No,
have to
I mean, I
everybody.
understand, but
Oh,
that's
somebody wearing the cap. Somebody wearing the cap.
I don't know. I
There's
just.
some capping going on here. Well, you know, I got
Who's
some-
capping?
I don't
Who's
know.
capping?
I think women. I do agree that women need to we do need to step our game up, but with the right with the right person. Like
But
you
when
can't be
y'all say
giving
that, right?
everybody
I'ma ask
wife
you a question.
material if you, huh?
When
Where's
you
your
say
Hold
that,
up. Let her finish.
I'm
Go ahead.
sorry.
I know where you about to go, but go ahead.
You know where I'm about to go, but you can't. You can't be giving everybody a wife material or a wife type things when they're not even just having that discussion with you, and you're not even in that category. So you can't provide. Like, I'm not gonna make a plan with somebody that is inconsistent, doesn't really calls me when he feels like it, want to see me when he does. Give me a hey big head text. Like, you gotta be making sure you gotta know that that's your mate.
Yo, Cypher, get that answer me, bro. Get her, bro.
But,
All right.
but hold on. So why are you with that person? And if that's the person, if he's doing that, why are you with? We're talking about people in a relationship.
In general, because I think
hold on. We're talking about relationships, right?
Okay.
So if you're with a person that's inconsistent, somebody that you don't feel like in your heart that you could do that for, then why are you with them? Why are you wasting your time?
There's a lot of women in those situations
And that's her fault.
But that is her fault. That is your fault. That's why I always say that they shove books, they shove preachers, they shove pastors, they shove all this relationship shit down our throat as women. They make us pay for therapists, pay for all these things, but the men don't got to do any type of work. So if you know that this person
Men don't do any type of work.
Where?
Hold on. The man has to. When the man has to get the house, when the man get the house, he gives up everything. He gives up his
What does
closet,
he give up?
he gives up the bathroom,
He
he gives up all of this shit. He gets one closet and he may get a fucking basement.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Everything is tailored to the woman. The holidays, a man has to go and spend all this money on Mother's Day, and then you turn around and get a motherfucker a tie and a handwritten note from all 5 of the kids.
No, that depends on the woman you marry.
I think so too.
Hold up, Sasha. Hold up, Sasha.
Valentine's Day is for the women.
Hold up, Sasha. I demand a lot for Father's Day.
Valentine's Day is for the women. Mother's Day is
but you gotta be with somebody that's gonna treat you equally. Right? You can't.
Huh?
You gotta be in a situation. I'm only speaking for myself, but for my situation, my husband, he gets the things that he probably get better gifts than I do on holidays. Like, I go all out.
But would you say
that's my
majority of men?
Hold up, Tiffany. Are you the majority? Are you saying most women are like you?
The majority?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's why I'm saying
the majority of women don't.
I'm saying a majority of women don't do it, but a majority of women also give up a lot of things like they are the wife. Because I was in the majority, I would cook, I would clean, and you wasn't even trying to make me your nothing. That was it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, why am I gonna come to the table? Why I'm giving you all this to the table? You only giving me a post-it. Here.
Some men don't.
I have, but there's a lot of women out there that are still trapped in those
All he wants is to drink the kids' juice boxes. That's it.
You said what?
He just wants the kids' juice boxes and fruit snacks. That's what he wants.
Yeah, you buddy.
Father's Day, Valentine's Day. I expect some dope shit for Valentine's Day. I expect the game or something.
These women ain't trapped in those relationships. Their mind is trapped.
Yes, absolutely.
I agree with that.
I agree with that.
That's your fault.
I agree with that.
Listen,
you gotta get out your own.
Only gonna treat you how you let them treat you. So
absolutely,
if he getting by on bare minimum, why is he gonna step up then? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Absolutely.
There's some dudes that you don't even have to necessarily do all of that, and he's still gonna do his thing because he loved you or he feels a certain type of way about you. So, like I said, like when women say they only submit to men who are worthy of being submitted to, why are you with somebody that you're not submitting to? Why are you with somebody that's not worthy of you feeling that in your heart that you have to do that? Then you're wasting your time. That is your fault.
That's
Yep.
right.
That's not even an argument. That's not even a like,
That's called
you know what I'm saying?
accountability.
It's called accountability. It's
It's called
called accountability.
accountability.
You have to be held accountable for yourself. Like you can't, it takes time to learn that though. You gotta arrive to that space. You can't just show up in it. You gotta like really do the work on yourself. And that's why I said what I said. That women, we have to do all the work. And sometimes when you get into situations with men, they don't do the work. They don't.
Yo.
They don't.
Oh, what's going on?
Oh,
What's going on?
Yo, what's up, man? Y'all miss me, man? I'm here.
Bumblebee.
Hey, y'all.
What's going on? What's going on,
Delicon,
guys?
what's up?
What's going on, bro?
Bonito.
what's going on?
Chilling, man. Chilling. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, sweetie. My fault.
You coming in with a smooth sweetie. I
That's
hear you
that
already.
move, man.
Hot to you.
That's that
Hot to you too, Emmy. I mean, hot to you too.
Sweetie.
Hey.
Just jokes. What's up, Tom?
What's going on? Where Pat at?
I'm here. I'm
Right
just doing,
there.
Oh, what up, big bro?
what's up? I'm just doing some promotional work as we speak.
All right now. Go ahead. Go ahead now.
So we good on that topic, or we still discussing that
No,
topic?
absolutely, because we went off topic so many times.
But you know that's what's gonna happen.
Yo,
Because these topics be having they be having little,
Subtopics.
AC conversations. Like
Right,
it's not
right.
just, you know.
Yeah, God forbid you get
before we get off this topic, fellas,
yes.
if
What's up?
Valentine's Day, Christmas, Father's Day, you make sure you get you a nice motherfucking gift.
Yo, shit.
Word.
Word.
You sound upset.
Telling you, bro.
Oh no, I get some nice
Yeah, what
gifts
topic
for
is this?
Father's Day.
It sound like you get books and PJs, sleep. You
Nah,
get a
baby.
onesie PJ.
Nah, baby, I got a PS5 showing up, baby.
Oh, you lit.
Hello.
Yo,
Yeah.
I don't even be wanting much, man. I just want peace. That's all I be wanting. I don't be wanting shit, man. Or maybe a new firearm. I'm good with a firearm. I don't be
My
wanting
man
shit.
side, that too.
I'm not materialistic like that. I don't really care.
Nah, baby, I got a PS5 showing up, baby.
Oh, you
Cook me
lit.
a dinner. You know what? You gotta give me a bomb ass body rub. Like I need a couple of those. That's how you get me. I'm good with that. Cause my body be killing me. It hurts
Yo,
being
this
6'5",
is not trying
bro.
to get a happy ending.
Nah, that too.
Yeah.
Bring it on. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Oh boy.
I'm good with shit like that,
That's
man.
why I thought you were in Chinatown. It makes
I
sense.
work a lot, man. My body hurts.
Getting it from your partner.
Yo.
All good.
Yo, go to Chinatown. They got you.
Thanks. They'll hold it down.
Nah.
Make
You
sure
know how
got
many
you in her
niggas
chon,
they
chon,
do that
chon.
shit to?
Got you.
Ew. Ugh.
I'm straight. I'm straight.
Yeah, I could.
We're like, what you want to order? No, it's too racist.
Ugh.
All right,
Come long time.
Wow.
Aw.
we went too far. I went Chinatown. Anyway, so for the
We love all people, by the way. Trying to get
Huh?
a fan. We love all people. We love all
you
people.
all people what?
I said we love all people.
Oh,
We love them all,
Absolutely.
baby. Except for racists. We don't like racists.
Yeah, fuck them niggas. I mean people. Sorry. Sorry. I say the N-word a lot. I can't help it. Natural.
anywho, so for the women, yes, a lack of attention can deteriorate a relationship. For the men, we mostly want to be heard, and we just don't want to be ignored and belittled when we talk. We
Oh, that
gonna
was my
move on.
question. Damn it.
Nice summary. I like that.